My name is Sapphire, and I'm a student midwife and doula working here in Wichita, Kansas.
I am Abriana Markham. I am a doula in Topeka, Kansas. I have breastfed 2 of my children.
My name is Trinity Guido. I am a member of the Delaware Nation of Oklahoma, and I'm also a descendant of the Caddo, Kiowa, Comanche, Apache, and Fort Sill Apache people from Anadarko, Oklahoma. And I currently work for the Southern Plains Tribal Health Board as the Maternal and Child Health Program.
My name is Tandem Knight. I am a RN and a doula.
The hardest thing about the pandemic for me was everything. It was really difficult to see moms start to have poor outcomes. The virus actually had a lot of unintended effects on moms and babies, and there was a lot that we didn't know at the beginning of the pandemic. Everything was so unknown. It's hard to help people when you don't know what to expect. And so there was a lot of fear, and kind of trying to dispel that fear and comfort people and tell people that it was going to be okay was not an option because we didn't know if it was going to be okay or not.
The hardest thing about the pandemic for me was probably all the information, given that I was pregnant in 2020. And so vaccines, information, everything was coming out very fast and ever changing.
Just not knowing whether all of my family was going to make it out alive, people that I love, people in the community, seeing how it affected the community and how it affected their loved ones was definitely really difficult.
I think for me, so I just graduated from being a student at the University of Oklahoma. I just graduated with my bachelor's degree. I think during that time I was in school, in college. For the past couple of years of my college experience was during COVID. So I was, Anadarko is about an hour away from Norman. So during COVID, our tribal communities, they really took a hard hit with losing a lot of our knowledge keepers and our language bearers and things like that in our community because those people are primarily elders in our communities. So with COVID, there was a lot of mistrust of the federal government and healthcare, doctors, nurses, facilities, especially just the historical traumatic past relationship that our people have had with those types of institutions. So there were a lot of elders especially and people in general in my community that were very wary to take the COVID vaccine, which is completely understandable. So because of that we lost a lot of people.
The biggest concern was I didn't want to be a danger to them. I had to be extra careful with anything and anybody that I was exposed to because I didn't want to be the person that got that baby sick. And with COVID being so unknown, it was hard to know how to protect myself so that I could protect them in turn.
My concerns with having the babies around and my family around was just not knowing, again, whether they were going to come into contact with it. We didn't know how it was affecting the young ones. We knew that it was affecting the older populations, but with any virus, mutations were always a concern. And I wanted to see them grow up. I wanted to be there. I wanted them to be there. And I wanted to keep everyone safe. So again, it kind of came into keeping my distance because of the fact that I was right in the middle of the pandemic.
My initial concern as somebody who has a degree in biochemistry was the lack of research and the fact that we just didn't know. We didn't know so much about what the side effects would be, about how this would impact the population when folks started getting the vaccine in large numbers. And that was my biggest concern, not really having the information to give myself the confidence to tell people that this is something that they should or should not do in the beginning.
Well, like everyone else, my concerns and my hesitancies kind of go hand in hand. The concerns were there's always that mistrust of what the government was doing. It affects populations of color and how historically how it affects the populations of color. So there was always that in the back of my mind. Taking the vaccine and being one that was administering the vaccine. What role did I play in making sure that my community was safe, or what role did I play in hurting my community?
My advice to women who are pregnant or breastfeeding regarding the vaccine is go ask your local community healthcare provider. There is someone in your community that is relatively close that can help give you answers to your concerns.
I would say have an honest conversation with your healthcare provider and start that dialogue. I believe that bodily autonomy is paramount. If we put anything in our bodies, we need to be completely comfortable with what that is and what the effects might be. And I myself did get vaccinated. I've had 3 vaccines now. I was one of the first in line as soon as they opened the doors to healthcare providers getting vaccines, because I finally felt like we were at the point where there was enough research where I was comfortable doing that. And so I think myself, if I'm getting anything, I want to be comfortable with it before I get it. And so I encourage anybody who's pregnant or has young children to have those conversations, to not be afraid to have those conversations. And it's okay to approach things with skepticism. Our instincts and our skepticism are there for a reason, to keep us safe. And so just research it thoroughly and make the decision that makes the most sense for you and your family.
People in my line of work, I definitely understand the hesitancy. I understand that we were working in the pandemic without a vaccine, and we were on the front lines doing what we needed to do. So I understand the upset and the fear of why are we being forced to do this. However, I feel like it has protected me further, as well as the other people who were working in this pandemic. I do feel like when we signed on to do what we're doing for a living and to protect people the best way we can, we had to get other vaccines, so why would COVID be any different? We need to do what we can do to protect the community. That is what we signed up for.